You spent $60 on a throw pillow from a home decor store, didn't you? Yeah, I've been there. And the worst part? It looked cheap anyway. Here's the thing nobody tells you. Some of the most beautiful, high-end looking home decor you can find, it comes from a $3 skein of yarn and a crochet hook you probably already own. I'm going to show you exactly how to make crochet decor pieces that look like they came from an expensive boutique, but cost less than $10 each to make. And I'm not talking about simple granny squares slapped onto a pillow. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that makes guests walk into your home and say, "Oh, wow, where did you get that?" So if you've ever felt like beautiful home decor is only for people with a big budget, stick around, because by the end of this video, you're going to have a full list of projects you can start today, most of them using yarn you might already have sitting in a bag somewhere. Here's the problem, though. Most people who crochet never think about using their skill to decorate their home. They make scarves, they make beanies, they maybe make a blanket or two, and that's amazing. But they're missing out on something huge. Crochet home decor is one of the fastest growing trends in interior design right now. People are paying serious money for handmade, textured, cozy-looking pieces. We're talking $40 for a small wall hanging, $70 for a table runner, $90 for a set of coasters that, honestly, probably took someone 2 hours to make. And you have the skill to make all of that yourself for almost nothing. But here's where people go wrong. They either pick projects that are way too complicated and never finish them, or they pick something so basic it ends up looking, well, basic. There's a sweet spot, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Projects that look impressive, that feel impressive when you hold them, but that are actually pretty straightforward to make once you understand the pattern logic. Let's start with the first one, and this is probably my favorite on this whole list, the chunky crochet wall hanging. Wall hangings have been everywhere in home decor for a few years now, and they are not going anywhere. You see them in cafes, in living rooms, in bedrooms above the bed. They add this warm, handmade texture to a wall that paint and picture frames just can't give you. And in stores, the nice ones, the ones made with thick yarn and wooden dowels, can run you $50 or more easily. To make one yourself, you need a wooden dowel or even just a thick stick you picked up outside, some chunky or bulky weight yarn, and a pair of scissors. That's genuinely it. The technique most people use for these is called the lark's head knot, which is just a simple loop method to attach yarn to the dowel, and then you work a basic pattern downward from there. You can do rows of single crochet, you can leave some yarn pieces loose for fringe, you can mix textures by using different yarn weights side by side. The key to making it look expensive is this: go neutral. Cream, ivory, warm beige, soft terracotta. These colors photograph beautifully, and they match almost any room. And if you add a few pieces of dried pampas grass or eucalyptus tucked into the yarn, people will genuinely think you bought that from a boutique. Total cost? If you're buying the yarn fresh, you're probably spending $4 to $6 for a skein of chunky yarn. The dowel or stick is free or under $2 at a craft store, so you're sitting comfortably under $10. Now let's talk about something that might sound less glamorous, but is honestly one of the most satisfying things to display in a home: crochet coasters. I know, coasters. Stay with me. The reason crochet coasters look so good when done right is because of the stitch choice. Most people default to basic single crochet rounds, which are fine, but they kind of look like something you made in middle school. If you use a stitch like the bobble stitch, the shell stitch, or even just a solid half double crochet worked in a specific color combination, the result looks textured and deliberate. It looks like something someone designed. Make a set of 4 in the same color family, but slightly different shades, and stack them together with a little piece of twine around them, and you've got something that looks like a $25 gift set. It costs maybe $3 in yarn, if that. There's also something really smart about making coasters as a beginner or as someone getting back into crochet after a break. They're small. They're fast. You can finish one in an evening while watching TV. And because they're small, if you mess up, it's not a big deal. You just try again. So while you're decorating your home, you're also sharpening your skills. That's a double win. The next one is something I think is criminally underrated in the crochet world, the crochet plant pot cover. If you have any plants in your home, even fake ones, you know how ugly those basic plastic pots can look, and the nice terracotta or woven basket covers in stores are not cheap. But a crochet pot cover, you can make one that fits perfectly around any pot in any color with any texture you want. The stitch that works best for this is the basic single or double crochet worked in the round. You start from the bottom, increase to build the base, then work straight up the sides until it's tall enough to cover your pot. The trick is using cotton yarn instead of acrylic for this one. Cotton gives it that clean, slightly stiff look that reminds people of expensive woven home goods. It holds its shape really well, and it's usually cheap. A skein of cotton yarn often runs $3 to $5. You can leave the top edge simple, or you can add a little trim stitch around the opening for a more finished look. Even adding a simple single crochet border in a contrasting color around the top makes the whole thing look intentional and put together. If you make 2 or 3 of these in coordinating colors for a cluster of plants on a shelf or windowsill, the effect is genuinely stunning. People walk in and think you spent a lot of time curating your space. And you did, but with yarn and maybe 2 evenings of your time. Now, here's one that takes a tiny bit more patience, but pays off massively in terms of how it looks. The crochet table runner. A table runner is one of those things that instantly elevates a dining table or a coffee table. It adds color, texture, and it protects the surface. The fancy linen ones in home stores can cost $30 to $50. A crochet one you make yourself? Maybe $6 to $8 in yarn, depending on the length. For a table runner, you want to work in rows rather than rounds. A really beautiful and beginner-friendly option is the shell stitch or the V-stitch, both of which create this open, lacy look that feels very intentional and delicate. It doesn't look like beginner crochet. It looks like lacework. The length you need depends on your table, but for a standard coffee table, you're usually working somewhere between 40 and 60 rows, depending on your yarn and hook size. It sounds like a lot, but shell stitch rows move fast once you get the rhythm going. Put on a podcast or a show, and you'll knock out a significant portion in one sitting. The color choice here really matters. For something that looks expensive, go with a single color in a natural tone. Off-white, sage green, dusty rose, or a warm tan. These colors look cohesive and elegant on almost any table surface. If you want to be bold, a deep burgundy or forest green can look incredibly rich and intentional. Now I want to talk about something that ties all of this together, because I think it's the piece of advice that separates crochet decor that looks expensive from crochet decor that looks handmade in the wrong way. Finishing matters more than the stitch itself. Seriously, you could make the most beautiful wall hanging, but if the ends are hanging out messily, it's going to look unfinished. You could make a perfect pot cover, but if the yarn is pilling and fluffy and loose, it loses that clean look. Here's what to focus on. Weave in your ends carefully and fully. Block your pieces where possible, meaning you lightly dampen the finished item, shape it with your hands, and let it dry flat. This makes such a huge difference in how the final piece holds its shape and lays flat. And lastly, trim any loose yarn ends close to the work so nothing is sticking out. These are the details that most people skip because they're excited to be done, but these are exactly the details that make the difference between something that looks store-bought and something that looks handmade in a beautiful way versus handmade in a rushed way. There's also one more thing I want to mention that I think a lot of people overlook, and it connects to why these projects cost so little. Yarn substitution. You don't always have to buy the exact yarn a pattern calls for. In fact, for home decor specifically, substituting can actually improve the look of the finished piece. If a pattern calls for a medium weight yarn but you want something that looks chunkier and more textured, go up a yarn weight. If you want something more refined and smooth, try cotton instead of acrylic. Understanding that yarn is flexible and interchangeable gives you so much more freedom to work with what you already have or what's on sale. And that's really the heart of what makes crochet home decor so powerful. You're not locked into buying what the store sells. You're not limited by a price tag or by what's in stock. You can look at a $60 pillow cover in a store, look at the texture, look at the color, and think, I can make that. And then you go home and you make it for $7. That's not just a money-saving thing. It's actually a really satisfying feeling. Your home starts to feel more like yours. Every piece on your shelf or your wall has a story. You made it. That's something no store-bought item can give you. So, to recap, the 5 projects you can start right now, all under $10, all of which look incredible in a home. Chunky wall hanging, textured coasters, cotton plant pot covers, a shell-stitched table runner, and don't underestimate a simple crochet bowl made with cotton rope yarn, which I didn't fully cover today, but is one of the easiest and most impressive-looking projects out there for a kitchen or entryway table. Start with whichever excites you most. Don't wait until you feel ready enough. The best way to get better is to just start making something. And these projects are genuinely forgiving enough that even if it's not perfect the first time, it's still going to look beautiful in your space. Watch the next video to see how I put together a full crochet home decor setup from scratch using less than $30 total.